Just recently, University of Michigan head football coach Sherrone was on the sidelines in the Big House. For those of you who do not know sports, that is the University of Michigan's stadium, and 100,000 fans cheering him and his team on. Now he is sitting in a jumpsuit in a jail, also known as the Big House. He appeared for a 15-minute hearing today from his jail cell on Zoom. He faced charges of felony home invasion, misdemeanor stalking, and breaking and entering. He allegedly broke into the home of his former staff member and mistress.
Subject just called the caller and told her there's a male at the location and the house attacking her. State's been stalking her for months. We just got a call from S1's wife in Ann Arbor saying that the subject is suicidal.
University fired him Wednesday for having an inappropriate relationship with a female football staff member. Then prosecutors alleged in retaliation he went to the woman's apartment, barged inside, and threatened to kill himself, saying, quote, his blood was on her hands. With us now, college football sideline reporter Stephanie Otey. Stephanie, thank you. Appreciate you being with us. Do you really believe that nobody at the University of Michigan understood, thought, suspected that they were having an affair for 2 years?
Well, Leland, thanks for having me on. It's great to talk about this. It is a very shocking situation. I don't think I'm not surprised hearing yet another scandal at this program. There's been scandals polluted all over this university for years now. That's how they won a national championship just 2 years ago. They've been brushing these things aside. It all roots back to their athletic director, Warde Manuel, who's just turning a blind eye to all of this. And it's been this mentality of win at all costs. And it's not irony that it all collapses when they lost to one particular team in their rivalry matchup, where I did see you guys last at News Nation when I was pepper sprayed on the field for that game. So it all falls when you lose, and you can't afford to have these scandals when you're losing. But you know, at Michigan, they'll keep it going as long as they can win games. That is quite an indictment, and it is not one that is necessarily only your feelings. Here's Scott Van Pelt, Adam Schefter, and Stephen A. Smith on this. Take a listen.
In college football circles, this was not a closely held secret. There was a lot of smoke, a lot of innuendo.
The school looked into these situations and found no evidence whatsoever of any wrongdoing.
If you go back and you read the details and stuff like that, it's incredibly alarming that this situation exists.
So, Stephanie, how is it that the athletic director keeps getting a pass?
Well, it goes back to winning their games, but also Sherrone was never a long-term hire. He was actually put into place off of another scandal with Jim Harbaugh. In fact, I saw earlier today there's been 11 staffers with either a ban or disciplinary action since he came on board and when he left, and they didn't clear house. In fact, they actually extended their athletic director a contract extension just last year. They are reevaluating things now, but they have an interim president at the moment and now potentially looking at a new athletic director, and now they have to hire a new head coach. It's a very difficult position for the program to be in, all while they had an early signing day just last week. And now there's transfers and recruits who are reevaluating whether or not they're going to stay here. So they have a lot of turnover that they have to look at.
We got the timeline, right? And Sherrone, as you pointed out, had his own issues. 2018 hired as Michigan tight end coach. 2023, one-game suspension over recruiting violation. Michigan head football coach. Served 2-game suspension over sign stealing case. As you point out, was not fired, was still allowed to stay on. Fired for alleged affair with staffer, finally. The question would be this. I'm old enough to remember when there was still the charade of student athletes. There was still this idea that students and football players even, but all student athletes, that it was the responsibility of the university and the coaches to help them grow not only as athletes but as people. Has the amount of money now in college athletics taken that away?
Oh, certainly. I mean, you can see some absurd requests from recruits and their families, and programs like Michigan, a blue blood, a powerhouse. They have the money to spend, and in fact, they don't even have to pay Sherrone more for firing him for cause. That is millions that they get to save there. But the recruits, they're still asking for money. In fact, they have a 5-star first overall recruit for the next recruiting class that was committed to Michigan. he did remove some of his social media saying that he was going to Michigan, and then he added some of it back. So it's still a bit of a question mark whether or not they've retained that recruit. But I know for a fact that everyone at Michigan that's still there is working to great lengths to retain him. And so that may explain why the social media had gone back. But there's a lot that they do behind closed doors to retain these recruits, and there's boosters involved. And even to your point, they all knew about this alleged affair early on until this bombshell evidence came in earlier in the week.
Yeah, it doesn't seem as though Mr. Moore was all that sort of mysterious about these things. There's reports that he was talking to an OnlyFans model on Instagram, attended some of Diddy's parties, and the like. Stephanie, we appreciate you being with us. Thanks for the perspective. Good luck this weekend.
Much. Appreciate it.